Hi, Kerry again with Best of Us Investors. My channel is changing, and I hope you have seen that. Rather than just coming on and saying buy these stocks and giving you the information that I have and that I'm able to generate, I've brought other people into the equation. I've brought Mark into the equation, who is very oriented towards I don't buy a stock that isn't making profits and doesn't have potential growth in the future. I've brought on Jacob Braun, who is more into aggressive investing and digging deep, particularly into some fields that other people might not, including myself, might not be attuned to. And then I've brought on Wes, who is more of a swing trader and into technical analysis. And he taught me just recently about the Fibonacci method. And I did a video on Monday about two stocks that I became aware of through some of the other tools that I have in specific Seeking Alpha, two shipping stocks that I applied Wes's Fibonacci method to and came up with a entry point. And on one of them, ZIM, it hit that entry point today, and I bought in. And I want to share with you where I think it's going from there, because I want this channel to be something that you can learn from, that you can look at what I have done in my portfolio and you can say, that makes sense. And now I have another skill and I have access, such as Seeking Alpha, to give me more information. Because now that I own ZIM and I understand and why it's moving the way it is and how it will move into the future, and I recognize it's in a volatile industry, it's in shipping. And right now we're trying to deglobalize because of our dependence on other countries for the stuff we need. So having found the entry point, I now want to know the exit point, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And that's what I want you to know, is that this is the direction I'm going. The other thing I'm doing is buying other people's knowledge. I'm buying the gurus, and I'm sharing that with my tribe. I'm sharing that I'm doing some for members only videos that are more directed on what should you do today based on the technology and the resources that we have brought into the equation. This is not financial advice. This is financial education. So take it at that and learn from it, and we'll talk a bit more. I want to take you to my computer and show you why I bought ZIM, why I bought it, I bought it, and where I think it's going.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
This is the trading view chart that I showed you on Monday for ZIM Integrated Shipping. As you can see, it's not a new company, but it IPO'd just earlier last year. And I did a Fibonacci from its IPO to where its high was, and that gave me a buy point of 551. And as you can see, it crossed. It has not gotten down to that level. I did a second Fibonacci from its October 21 to its high, and that gave me another entry point, and that's the one I talked to you about on Monday of $66.37. And so I had put in an order for that, and as you can see, today it crossed it. It actually got down to 66.02, currently at 66.92. And the reason I wanted to get into this was this is a shipping stock. We know what has happened as a result of the pandemic. We know what has occurred and how these companies are making money like they've never imagined. But there's going to be an end to it. There is a direction saying we want to deglobalize. But I don't think that's going to happen in 2022. So I wanted to look at this and say, okay, let's do some study relative to its movement of earnings relative to dividends, because this sucker's paying a 24% dividend. So what I did was I came back here and I looked at its earnings and what the stock did. It comes out with its earnings roughly in November 21, and you can see it runs up. And then when it gets closer to its dividend payment, and that is, it goes ex-dividend. So if you get in after that point, you don't get the dividend. You can see it crashes. It comes down substantially, and then when the dividend is actually paid, it then recycles itself, and it goes back on its travel up to its next earnings statement. And we get its next earnings statement, and the earnings are extremely good. This was the earnings statement that came out in March that declared they were going to have a 24% dividend. And you can see the stock just travels up dramatically until it goes ex-dividend. And ex-dividend basically means if you buy after this date, you don't get the dividend, which we're paying in the future. And that's what happened. It goes trailing down. So we're now back in the recycle of the what happens, and we've seen that it came down, it rebounded a bit, but now it's coming down because the dividend is actually going to be paid. I believe it's on April the 5th, or like maybe tomorrow. So it comes down, and it hit our Fibonacci level of 66.37. So then my question is, so now I want to know what's going to happen next. So I go and I'm looking for someone else's insight, somebody that I paid to give me an idea of what's going to happen next. And I'm a premium member of Seeking Alpha. I would recommend it highly. There's a link in the description. And so here are two articles that are very current. One on March the 23rd, another one on April the 1st. And I go to them. Here, this one is from Oakoff Investments, and it says it's a very strong buy. And so I go through this, and I read this gentleman's or this group's opinion that is supported by what I just described to you, is that the cycle that ZIM goes through as it declares its dividend or its earnings and then announces its dividend accordingly, and how the stock goes up and down. The other thing I found that very, very insightful, some information that I did not have, is he gives me a look at the price that people are paying for shipping. And he goes back to April of 2001 and takes me through April of 2020, yes, 2021, and takes me through to January, February of 2022, and look at the cost of shipping that has increased. This is something I wouldn't have found, but through my Seeking Alpha, I get access to this current Harpex, the highest in the last 24 months. Then it goes and it shows me ocean container shipping rates. Okay, I wouldn't have access to this, but this research does. And it gives you, these are the shipping rates in 19, 20, 21, and now what they are in January and February of 2022. So my anticipation is it's going to climb on this cycle at least through December of 2022. So I want to own this stock. I want to collect their dividends and I want to own it, but I want to trade it. Okay, I have recognized a cycle, and that as people move in and move out, and I want to take advantage of it. This is then some additional information that they're giving me on U.S. imports, U.S. import prices year to year, and U.S. imports month to month. Again, a climbing line that tells me I want to be a part of this. Then I go back and I go to someone else's opinion. This is opinion on April the 1st, so even more. And again, they're alluding to this monster 20% dividend and how it cycles and what it's going to do in the future. This is actually the price of the stock, and you can see there it is. It did its drop, and it has since dropped down into the 60s. And then here it shows you the shipping it's doing. It's going to tell you that they're putting on 2 new ships in 2022 and they're adopting a new route. So what I'm basically showing you here is this is information that you can't get anywhere else. Seeking Alpha has, I don't know how many authors that are inputting information, and it's at my disposal. I also subscribe to some gurus who speak to this sort of stock. That's what Best of Us Discord Platinum is. We're spending our money to give you better information. And then we're going to charge you a nominal fee to share in that information. It's kind of a pooling of, I'm financing it, I'm making it available to you at a extreme. I'll spend $70,000 on this endeavor this next year. I'm not going to ask you to do that. I'm going to share it with you to help make you a better investor. Okay, that's my take on ZIM. That's my take on how to make you a better investor. Let's talk a little bit more. All right, that's Best of Us Investors 2022. I have no idea what Best of Us Investors will be 2023. I want to invite you to come on this journey with me. I'm learning more as I'm exposing myself to more people, as I'm bringing gurus into my channel. This is not Carrie's channel. This is the tribe's channel. This is a group of, right now, our Discord has about 18,000 people that come in and out on sometimes basis. We have about 2,000 that are very active, and they pay a price through Discord in order to access my portfolio, to access my trades. We now have created another one, as I said, where we're buying other people's knowledge, we're analyzing other people's knowledge, and we're making it available to our platinum members. This is where I think I can make a difference in your life. I can use my resources to buy other people's knowledge. I can bring other analysts into the equation. I can bring other presenters and pay all those people in order to make you a better investor. Yes, it is not the YouTube for free channel, but it's not just one person. I have learned in order to make money, you have to spend money. You have to buy data. You have to buy information, and you have to pay for talent. So that's what this channel's about. It's not buy 5 stocks today. It's learn how to buy 5 stocks today. And then you make the decision and you become better educated. That's what this channel's about. That's what the tribe's about. Go to bestofusinvestors.com. Give me your email address, and your name, and I'll invite you to our Discord, and there you can learn more. And then you make the decision. Are you ready to invest in yourself as much as you're ready to invest in the stock market? Talk to you again soon.